Hello and welcome to Necropolis Challenges, how to do 38. This time around the challenges are a little bit more RNG than last league and they will take you a little bit more time. I'm sorry it took me this long to make this video. I will try to do the next one earlier as the last one was at the end of the league, but for hopefully next league and onwards, I will do these in the first month as this one is. So, as last time I have done this breakdown in multiple notepads, all of these notepads will be available in my Discord. I will link that, of course, in the description, because there's always a little bit more reading than it could be conveyed via video for your convenience. Now, there are a few challenges that are hit and miss, there are a few that I would definitely skip, and there are a few that some other websites and things recommend you do the expensive option, but you don't need to, and that's why I'm here. So anyways, there are these that you can complete while leveling: beginner's basic necrotic necessity, where you just defeat monsters with Necropolis modifiers, act adversaries, kill map bosses, act bosses, regrettable requests, do side quests, achieve ascension, where you will do the regular 3 before you finish Act 10, and then you will do the Eternal Labyrinth, which is the Uber Lab, in yellow maps when you find it, or you can buy your own entry point and you will do these ones. You will literally do while leveling, so there's nothing to worry about. Let's go to the ones that will take slight effort to do. These are the ones that are like vendor recipes, and some thinking and tinkering will take place, but otherwise very simple. Peddler's Produce 1. To make a Chrome Orb, vendor an item that's linked RGB. That's easy, you can do that in campaign. Jeweler Orb, vendor an item that has 6 sockets, not 6 links, 6 sockets, and that's also done easily even in campaign. Any Hybrid Flask, Life Flask, Mana Flask, 1 Orb of Fusing. GG, well played. Any, it doesn't matter what it is. Instilling or Enkindling Orb, the recipe is here, and the problem is you need 1 gem with a trigger tag, and 1 Orb of Alchemy or Orb of Scouring to vendor these, and these are the gems that are with trigger tag. You can also go to Liliroth, type in trigger, and all of these that shine that have the trigger tag, you can buy and vendor for those Enkindling Orbs. Next one, Peddler's Produce 2, is where you vendor other stuff. Unique item. You can do a lot of recipes, but vendor 1 white or normal Sharktooth Arrow Quiver, 1 yellow or rare Onyx Amulet. You can buy these Sharktooth Quivers, amulets, you can buy at the vendors in town. You can alchemy orb them to make them rare. 1 Rain of Arrows skill gem with at least 1% quality, just add 1 GCP to it, it's completely fine. And 1 Orb of Chance, you get Hyr's Bite Unique Quiver. This is the easiest one. This is the easiest one. All of the items can be used to buy at the vendors. However, Orb of Alchemy is a drop, or you can vendor other items to get shards to get an Orb of Alchemy, and Gem Cutter Prism you can get in-game via drop, or vendoring gems with total quality of 40 or above to get one Gem Cutter's Prism. Okay, when it comes to the next one, Orb of Fusing, vendor a 6-linked item, any 6-linked item will work, doesn't matter whether it's corrupted or not, it's a recipe. Exalted Shard, this one will take a bit of time, but once you start playing through the game and once you get to Guardians, Conquerors, and those types of maps, those are maps with an influence on them. So you want to take items that are influenced and you want to vendor them. I'm not quite sure if Searing and Eater work for this recipe, like items with Searing Exarch or Eater of Worlds explicit modifiers, or pardon, implicit modifiers, not explicit. Implicit ones, not sure if those work. If those work, that can be easily done. If not, just farm a round of Guardian maps. You will do that even like for the rest of the things, you'll see. But farm them, grab the items, get a set. It's like a Chaos Orb recipe, just gives Exalted Shard. Influenced item. This one is a very iffy one, and it's very rude of the other websites and things that recommend doing an Astrolabe amulet. No. 5 chaos item. any influenced amulet with any influence. It doesn't matter what an influence is. Grab an influenced amulet, grab one red, one green, one blue gem, vendor it, and you will do your challenge. Don't fall for those expensive tricks. It's 5 chaos, or you can even find it on the ground. It doesn't matter. Item level does not matter. You will get an onyx amulet with the same influence. Remarkable Realms is to do all unique maps. Besides all of these, Doriani's drop in Delve from the Val boss, from the red boss. You can buy it from players for 1 to 2 divines. This league it's way cheaper, so get it while it's hot. And the I keep forgetting it. Winter Square is the one that you can get by vendoring 4 Agnerod staffs. You need north, east, west, and south. All of those are 1 chaos each, maybe 2 chaos each. Vendor those 4, and you will get the vendor craft recipe Winter's Square map. So you don't waste chaos to buy Winter Squares, which can be like 10, 20, 30 chaos, even more, 35. The vendor recipe is 5 chaos. Agnerod, east, north, west, and south. And just vendor that. That's why I always keep these inside. You can see that on my streams. Anyways, next one, Eternal Exercising. Craft any 10 types of following equipment in the Necropolis. You need to use 1 regular corpse, whichever it is, or you can only use explicit modifier corpses to get an item that has 5 crafting modifiers. That's 5 explicit modifiers. And it needs to be item level 75 or higher. Once you start doing red maps, the item level 75, it's always going to hit above 80, so nothing to worry about. Just grab any corpses with any explicit modifiers. If you do not have corpses with explicit modifiers, +1 to explicit, you can grab different modifiers, just dump them in the graveyard and craft something. They need to be one next to another. That's basically it. You will use like 50 graves. You will get these in like 20 maps. It's irrelevant. Generous grave sites. Craft equipment in the Necropolis while using any 10 of the following crafting modifiers. Read these modifiers, use an item, and craft an item that has these modifiers. You can do this one and this one at the same time. You can make chance to create a split or mirrored copy, fractured. Just pick whichever one is the cheapest one for you, whichever one you have, and that's basically it. That will take slight effort to do. It can be done in like 10 minutes. Now, for the ones that can be done at the same time, this is going to be slightly longish because these are also the ones that can be done with Atlas passive points. I haven't made the tree, but I have made some adjustments that you guys can see literally immediately, which is you will need all the essence ones besides crystal resonance. So you don't want crystal resonance, but you do want these. You will need all the essence ones. You can add the harvest. You can add all the other things that you may want. And the one that you will switch is destructive play and or searing exarch, eater of worlds. That's what you will switch. I will link this website in the link below, in the, description below. Path of Pathing, amazing website for building your trees. But anyways, let's go with this. Grueling Gauntlet grinds. This is the longest grind of all, but you start with Guardian maps. You can do them with 8 mods or not. I recommend not. But you can also do them Mavened, and if you do them Mavened, please, for the love of God, do them with destructive play, because that will help you get enough bosses, enough map bosses for other challenges. So keep that in mind. You can also farm Guardian Maven maps, Guardian Maven invitations by doing a round of 4, then talking to Kirak. Kirak's going to give you a thing here, do the invitation, whatever, get some Crescent Splinters. GG, well played. You will do that extremely quickly. So 100 maps is not that big of a deal, or is it 100 or is it 50? Guardian maps, 100 Guardian maps, that's not a big deal. Reach level 100, you can do that with Shrine and Breach strategy that people are using. Can be expensive, but can be dodged. Defeat Argus in Endgame Labyrinth 100 times. This one, you just need to kill Argus. Wait until the lab daily resets for Merc Lab, or Uber Lab, it's whatever, but Merc Lab. When Argus is in the first 2 rooms, you enter, dum dum, boom boom, and you kill him 100 times. It's done in an hour. Then complete red maps with 8 modifiers, any 8 8 mod maps. That's completely fine. That's very easy. Elder Guardian Shaper, we clear those. Defeat Uber Pinnacle bosses. This one I would not recommend doing because it's irrelevant. It's going to be very difficult, very expensive, and the rewards are like, eh. Collect corpses in tier 16 or higher maps. This one you will do passively. Okay, now when we go back to this one, corpses can be collected in the meantime for any of these. Keep that in mind that you can regex your maps. They all need to be 72% for the other challenges they're in. Now, Deadly Deeds. Open a breach, you will do that passively. Defeat a rare beyond monster, the same. Possessed monster, the same. Complete expedition, the same. So that can be done at once. You will do this while you're doing campaign anyways. Almost. Enigmatic Essences. This is why you need the essences on your Atlas. Defeat monsters with essences, easy. Use Remnants of Corruption, buy these. These are very cheap. Use them on any essence you find, unless you find one that has 3 different deafening essences, or shrieking essences can be upgraded to deafening using Remnant of Corruption. Keep that in mind. They need to have 3 different deafening essences to do this. You will do this in, like, by the time you do this, you will do this with those Atlas passives. Keep that in mind. You will do it guaranteedly. Guaranteed, pardon. You can also add essences via map device. That's what I did, and I did that pretty quickly. Next one, defeat a map boss with at least 6 essences in a red or purple tier map. You only need to do this one with this node, Crystal Resonance, either at the beginning of your essence journey or at the end. The moment you do that, remove this node, because this node says using Remnants of Corruption on imprisoned monsters replaces all essences with one of those. You will never, with that thing, complete this one if you corrupt every essence. Keep that in mind. I almost made that mistake, so that's why I'm warning you. Abyssal Assailants. Complete abysses. Defeat rare abyssal monsters. Complete abysses with 4 pits. You can also do the Atlas passive here for Abyss. You can also just click this and it's done. Then defeat Stygian Spires. Stygian Spires are anyways going to spawn if you don't get an Abyss, so that's perfectly fine. It's either Abyss, it's either a Stygian Spire, or it's either a Trove. You will do that while you are doing the rest of these. I do recommend for 4 pits, I do recommend to grab these passives. Okay, Divine Domination. Complete each of the following domination, which are shrines. Activate 100 shrines, easy if you do the level 100 strat. Defeat map bosses while under the effect of shrine. Take a shrine, kill a map boss. Destructive play works. This is why I told you guys, do it with Guardian maps, with Maven, with destructive play, with shrines. You will do this pretty quickly. Activate an Echoing or Divine. That's just a shrine that's rare to find. You can use a Scarab as well, and have 5 different shrine effects. If you pick up all of them, you'll get them. The lesser shrines work from Necropolis. Devout Disciples. This one is devoted modifiers. They are any of the types. So when you open a map, you will get devoted modifiers, which are yellow, and you will get regular modifiers, which are blue. So these ones will say devoted modifiers, but these also have a chance to be devoted to each and every one of these. You will do that passively. Don't worry. Just attach these yellow bonds wherever. That's it. They always go top. I will keep this screen open because there is another challenge for that. Smuggler caches, open 60 of them. You can use the Atlas passives if you want for Smuggler's caches. These for blueprints, these for smuggler caches, or you can just use it on the map device. I recommend using it on map device. It just makes it easier. Level a heist job to level 5. Do heists. Complete item level 78 or higher priceless or precious target value contracts. You can buy these or you can farm these. I will actually make a tree that you guys can use at the end for this, so that you don't have to worry. And complete item level 78 or higher blueprints. You get a blueprint that will drop from the heist, and it can be any rarity. You just need 4 opened wings, and that's it. It just needs to be item level 78 or higher, which is going to naturally happen in any tier 11 plus map. That's a red map. Harbingers, defeat 60. Very easy. The Harbingers in unique map do count. They have always counted. Use a Harbinger's Orb. I recommend using a Harbinger's Orb on a tier 15 map. Harbinger's Orbs are found here. And if you use it on a tier 15 map, you have a chance to get a beachhead map, or it will just turn it into a 16. You cannot use it on a 16 to make a 17. That doesn't work. Sometimes you luck out and you get 2 harbinger maps. That's completely fine. Complete 3 of those, use harbinger orbs. You don't have to buy them. And assemble a harbinger unique. That's when you kill a harbinger boss at the end of the harbinger map. That's where it drops the unique. Rituals are the same. Complete them, purchase a ritual base, spend the tribute, complete a ritual encounter with at least 6 unique map bosses. You need to do a map with ritual that has map bosses are twinned. This one will take some time. So I do recommend doing this one later on where you have finished your Guardian maps and where you have to do regular maps. And I chose these maps that I've written here that have 3 bosses in general, so you can have them twinned and you can apply a ritual Scarab. It doesn't have to be ritual on the map device or on the tree. You don't need to waste your points for that. You can just apply a Scarab and then hope and pray that one ritual is going to hit those bosses. It will in 50 maps, maybe in 20, but yeah. Hungering Harvests. Harvest plots defeat tier 4 harvest monsters. You do not need to use harvest passive points for this one. You can use Harvest Scarab and Harvest Scarab of Cornucopia. This one gives you a tier 4 plant for every possible seed combination if you can have it. You can have up to 3-4 bosses even. Just use that Scarab. I think it might be a Divine Scarab or a little bit less. Use that. It's easier than to allocate points and so on. Spend Life Force. Very easy. Grab Life Force, spend Life Force. Once you drop a Sacred Seed from one of these bosses, you can defeat Oshabi, or you can buy the Sacred Blossom. Sacred Blossom from the trade. Sacred Blossom, not Seed. Divine Destiny. Partial. Open stack decks, you get stack decks. The best way to farm stack decks is blighted maps, regular blighted maps. Tier 16 or higher maps with divination Scarab applied, any Scarab. Turn in a set of div cards that reward Exalted or Divine Orb. If you're farming like Jungle Valley or those bright maps, they drop card that's fortunate. And you can drop these. I have mentioned which one they are. Fortunate card is the best one to use here because it's 2 divine investment for 2 divine payout. 12 cards for roughly 2 divines to get 2 divines out of it. So yes, that's going to work. Maybe it will be a little lower or higher, but that's basically a free challenge. Sanctified Scarabs. For every map, use Scarabs. Either use Essence, Ritual, Harvest. I don't know if Heist has a Scarab, but use Scarabs with every map you complete. You will do this pretty quickly. And Sanctified Scarabs too. This is important. New Scarabs have, I'm sorry that this is a long video, but it has a lot of things to explain. New Scarab tab has these. Every one of these is sorted into their own things. You want to use maps with any 11 of the following Scarab types. They need to be at least 80% item quantity. Remember what I said before? 80% item quantity, tier 16. So to solve this, you use 1, 2, 3 different Scarabs from the type. You don't have to use 5, you cannot. Like 1, 2, and 3 different Scarabs from the type. You use a map, and you do that 11 times. That's it. You can choose any Scarab. You can use like triple Essences, triple Harvest, triple Breach, triple Harbinger. It doesn't matter. Use 11 types. Very easy. Triple Misk, 1, 2, 3. Those are Misk Scarabs as well. Those count. Just don't use the horny Scarabs. Horned Scarabs. Okay. Enigmatic Embers, complete tier 14 higher rare maps with 100 All-Flame Embers of monster level 81 or higher applied. That's basically use Embers. That's it. You can buy these off the trade. You can do bulk buy. You can buy on TFT. You can buy on official Path of Exile trade. Whatever. Just toss them on and that's fine. Also, when you activate the map here, when you click activate, it's not activated. You can see how many, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, I want 8 Embers. You press escape. Or you press an X. I think there is an X. Yes, there is. Go to stash, pick up your whatever you want. You go there, activate, you put them on, and that's basically it. If you have made a mistake, you can always right click, or you can always like left click them back. Left click. That's basically fine. Or if you don't want to apply any, press escape. There's this activate, click, activate, GG. Passive completion, you will complete this one, Significant Spirits, each of the following Necropolis modifiers. This is just kill, collect. Alternate Atlases, unlock all 3 Atlas passive trees. So these are basically at 0, 50 points and 100 points map completion. You get map completion points by doing regular maps and map objectives. Okay, next one. Abnormal adversaries. Defeat monsters affected by the following Necropolis modifiers the specified number of times while they are level 68 or higher. Good luck. Listen closely. For this one, you need the certain amount of tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 tier 7 modifiers on your regular Atlas monsters. To get these, you click activate and these tiers tell you what they are. However, sometimes you will see here a plus symbol. Plus symbol is pack size. Minus symbol is reduced pack size. Up arrow green is 1 to level of modifiers. Down arrow red is down level of modifiers. However, not every modifier can go up in level and can go down in level. To get Servant Haunted tier 1, you need to not allocate these, which is Haunted modifiers are a tier higher. You need to remove that. However, you can do this in white maps. You'll probably do this. But you can do that and then reduce these modifiers down to 1. Devoted modifiers sometimes can be increased and reduced. However, these are the regular mods. As you can see, tier 4 Gemling, tier 3 Soldier, and it's Servant, Peasant, Soldier, Gemling, Thaumaturgist, Noble, and Magistrate. Magistrate is the most difficult one to get because it's tier 7. So you need to get a tier 6 that can be upgraded to tier 7. Not every tier can be downgraded or upgraded. Keep that in mind. This can take a significant chunk of time if you're not paying attention. So unfortunately, please pay a little bit of attention and do this. The faster you do this, the happier you'll be because this is an annoying challenge. And Map Magnificence, reach a total 10k map tiers completing maps. Tier 11 awards 11 points, tier 16 gives 16, just do maps. Now, will need planning is another one that I will go through quickly. Vigorous Virtue, complete any 6 of the following gem tasks. I've written what you need to do for these. You can choose which ones to avoid. Get a Bitter Dream, that fixes, I think, two of those or one of those, and that gives it simple thing. Cross-contamination. This one can be difficult. Complete any 4 of the following past league content. Defeat a unique map boss that is possessed while in a ritual. You need unique bosses are possessed and have ritual on the map. I've also written down here. Capture a beast holding an essence. Have Einhar and Essence at the same time in the map. This is RNG. However, you can prevent this RNG by using an Essence Scarab. Essence Scarab that says... rare monsters that are natural inhabitants in the area are imprisoned by essences. This might work for Einhar beasts as well. This is, although, a little bit expensive for that one, so I would still go with RNG. You will do this eventually. Defeat a tier 4 harvest monster while delirious. Once you decide to do the tier 4 harvesting, just pop 1 delirium orb on a map and you will be delirious. So just 1 delirium orb. I have maps here. There we go. 1 delirium orb and you will be golden. Nothing to worry about. Defeat a rogue exile that's possessed at least 3 times. So this one is actually passive here. Rogue exiles are possessed by a tormented spirit and then RNG to get more. Defeat the I will not add that in passes because that's an extreme RNG. We have unique map boss, beast, tier 4 harvest. We need one more. Blight boss while in a breach. Blight Scarab of blooming gives you a boss and just the breach scarab. Once you see a blight boss, open the breach, stay in the purple, kill the boss, GG. Defeat a Stygian Spire while affected by a shrine. This one can be completed easily if you're doing the other ones with Abyss and Stygian. And there are also devoted modifiers that give lesser shrine buffs, and there is also RNG here. Masterful monsters kill either Delve bosses, Katarina Anchor bosses, or Chronicle of Adzoatl bosses. Chronicles are fastest and cheapest in general to do. However, Katarina is also very fast to do. It's once in every like 20 maps or so, maybe less, if you do June encounter. Defeat any of those, that's what it is. Formidable flashbacks. Do Atlas memory maps and roll them with alchemy orbs. You need to do them with explicit map modifiers. This is a number. This is not a percentage. It's like 1 modifier, 2nd modifier, 3rd modifier, prefixes, suffixes, all of those. How do you apply How do you play an Atlas memory? You grab a memory, any memory, you right-click it, you open your map, and you click it wherever you'd like. Where's my lovely map? What did I want to do? Atoll? There you go. Click, and boom. And it gives you a string where you need to follow. Then you talk to the person who is responsible for that memory of the guild, and then you roll them. That's basically it, and you have to complete those. Aggravated antagonists defeat any 8 of following bosses while they are level 83 or higher. This you are going to do passively while you are doing things. Beyond boss, Delve boss, Val Omnitek, that's Chronicle of Azathoth, Syndicate Mastermind, that's easy, Oshabi. Trial Master, you can do him with a Scarab. Lycia, end of any Forbidden Sanctum, Expedition boss, Abyssal Lich, and so on. Favored Figments is complete the favored slots. To see what you need to do, you open up your map atlas, and then on the left side, you just mouse over. One of these requires you to kill the feared. You cannot work with this with other people's feareds. You have to do the invitation in your own hideout, which means you have to do the witness in your own hideout. However, once you get to the witness point, you can ask for someone to help you to do that one. This one might be difficult, but usually is not that big of a deal for most of the builds. If you find it difficult, you can skip that one. However, there are very difficult ones, which is otherworldly obstacles, invitations, all of those invitations that you can do for Maven, plus Searing and Eater, they need to be rolled at 70%. 70% item quantity. This can be difficult, so keep that in mind. You can skip this one if you find it too difficult. However, this one can be completed in the same way the other invitations can, because they're the same thing. Now, I suggest you skip this one. This is T17 maps to do. You have to do a lot of these. Like, I suggest you skip this one. And colossal conditionals, after defeating tier 17 maps, you get the fragments. These for Uber. These ones can be bought, so I do not suggest skipping this. However, I suggest skipping this one, even though you can buy these conditionals. Familiar undertakings, which is defeat any 3 of the following tier 17 map boss encounters in the specified ways. So everything is written, everything is done and sorted. I'm still doing these because I've been enjoying the game way too much, and especially on streams and so on. But when it comes to doing these will take you at least 2 weeks to do. Keep that in mind. They're way longer this time around than in Affliction League. Affliction League you could have done in like 3 days. These ones you won't be able to unless you play like 12 hours a day. These will take at least 50 to 100 hours of playtime to complete, and that is also with not that much rushing. But I will also make an atlas. I will post the atlas in the link. Pardon, in the description below. I keep saying link. In the description below, I will post the link to that. I will also have all these notepads and the atlas and the picture of the atlas on my Discord, which is going to be linked as well down below. But I want to thank you all for watching this long video. I'm sorry it has been long, but challenges are way too long this time around. And don't fall for the traps of buying expensive astrolabe amulets. You can do that with regular influenced amulet that you can find on the ground. Otherwise, if you liked the video, give it a like. Thank you so much for watching. Sub, please, if you don't mind. We're very, very, very close to 1,000 subs, which is amazing. Thank you once again for watching. Join the Discord, join the streams, and I will see you in the next video or stream. Have a good one.